Yo, what's going on, guys? I'm Jay Cartere, and in this video I'm going to be sharing 6 tips for beginners or 6 tips on how to get started in Final Fantasy 15. So the first tip I want to share with you guys is change the camera angle. Now you're going to want to press the options button if you're on PS4. I don't know what the button is for Xbox. And then go to options and then go to camera. And you want to change the position from middle to far. Now this will help you in the bigger fights where there's multiple enemies, so you don't get caught off guard and hit from behind and stuff like that. It will really help you out in those sort of combat situations, so I suggest you do that ASAP. Now I wanted to keep the camera on middle because it looked very cinematic and fun, but in the long run, changing it to far really does help out. Now my second tip is to change your controls. Now you're going to want to navigate back to options again, go to controls and change it to type C. I think type C is definitely the best out of these. I wish there was, a way to actually manually map your controls, but since that's not present in the game, type C is the best option that we currently have, because it actually gives you the triggers to attack and dodge with. As you can see, L2 is to dodge and R2 is to attack, so you can jump around with X, and it's just way easier in my personal opinion. You can also lock on with L1 instead of the original control scheme, which had you phasing and dodging with square and attacking with circle, which is kind of weird. So then if you want to jump and stuff, it's a bit like you can't jump and hold on to attack at the same time or anything like that. So it makes everything a bit smoother, I believe, with using the triggers, because you can easily get your thumb to the face buttons to do whatever you need to do over there, and you always have your index fingers on the dodge or the attack button. So yeah, I believe you should change your controls to type C ASAP. The third tip is to sleep in motels, hotels and RVs for an experience multiplier. Now every time you have a fight, you gain experience, assuming that you win that fight or you actually defeat some enemies. And in order to get that experience, you have to sleep. Now when you sleep at a campsite, you just get your experience back to you. You just get exactly what you got. But if you sleep at a hotel, motel or RV, you actually get an experience multiplier. Like for example here, you get 1.2, and that is generally just best for leveling up quicker than staying at campfires, to be honest. So definitely do that. But if you do sleep in a motel, RV or hotel, you will not get a meal, which you will get if you sleep at a campfire. So keep that in mind. That goes on to our next tip, which is eat before going on a hunt or quest. Now if you slept in an RV or something along those lines, you could also just go to a camp and sleep there and then get your food cooked by Ignis, or you can go and try new meals out with these guys who sell food in the world. You can just go to them, go to eat and pick a meal, and generally these will unlock new meals for Ignis to cook back at camp. So yeah, always eat a meal before you're gonna go and complete a quest or have a big fight, because it really does help out. And my next tip is on how to make money in the early game. Now when I started playing the game, I tried to make money by going on hunts, which is it's a fun way of making money, definitely, but it's not the most efficient way of making money. Now I made 25k the first time I used this method, and this method is pretty easy, and it gets you way more money than going on hunts, because going on hunts generally gets you like 5,000 gil, maybe 8,000 gil depending on what level you are. Sorry, this is actually the wrong guy I'm talking to. But this tip is to sell your treasures. So let's talk to this guy. Let's go to sell. Let's press R1 to get to our treasures. Now, when you go around in the world and you pick up little glowing things or you defeat enemies, you will get a variety of treasures. Also, if you go to the treasure points on your map and pick those up, you'll probably get some treasures from that also. Sometimes you'll get a healing potion, but sometimes you'll get something valuable. And generally, you can use these treasures. You can use some of these treasures in crafting when you're doing elemancy. Some of these treasures will be needed to complete quests, so be sure to check your quests before you just sell all of them. I generally like to sell a nice amount of my treasures, like 3 or 2 of them. So I've got some of the treasures left over just in case it comes up in a quest. But you can make a lot of money selling your treasures. Look at this. This costs 1,200 gil. This is 1,900. I've got 2 of them. I'm keeping those just in case I need that for some sort of quest. But I've got loads of treasures, and I could make a pretty penny if I just sold all these right about now. Let's sell one of these because I don't know when I'm going to use it. Earth gemstone. But I'm going to keep them just in case I need them down the line. But yeah, selling treasures, really great way to make a lot of money really quickly. And my last tip is to finish enemies with special moves such as links, blindside strikes and warp strikes, as this will give you 1 AP per enemy and allow you to upgrade your abilities much faster. Now the easiest way to do this is to, well, it depends on the level of enemy. If you're fighting low level enemies, then a warp strike will generally just take them down in 1 hit if you bring out a broadsword or something of that nature. Otherwise, you can attack the enemy, get their energy low or health low, and then go to warp strike. I don't think it's gonna work out here because these guys are quite a high level, so we're gonna have to get them low and then do a warp strike. But you will see on the screen +1 AP when you do it right, and it's a very good way to get your AP up, as you will need your AP to unlock new abilities and stuff of that sort. Also, if you finish them with a parry, you'll get AP as well. So any special move, you know, just apart from just generally fighting someone. Wow, this is gonna get me killed. Yeah. Fighting while recording the video, never great, never great. But yeah, those are my tips. If you like this video, be sure to hit that like button. Also, be sure to subscribe, as I'll be putting out loads more Final Fantasy 15 tips and tricks. What is all this? Oh, we're confused. And yeah, if you want to check out the rest of my tips and tricks, you can click on the playlist to see those. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.
I'm afraid break time's over, buddy.
I thought I was a gunner.
Hot dog, you're up.
Oh, hi there, opening.
There we go from there. There we go, +1 AP. Just proving it, just in case you thought I was lying. How much AP do I have? 225. Yeah, I've got quite a lot. Alright, thanks. See you next time, guys.